What you say?
I told you that it's time to start the show.
That you only meant well.
Yeah, the show's gonna do
Of
well.
course you did. What you say?
I said let's go.
That it's all for the best.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be like the best
Of course it
podcast.
is. What you say?
God, do I have to keep repeating
That is
myself?
just what we need. You decided this.
Hold up, I
What
thought we
you
both
say?
decided to do this.
What did she say?
I said let's start the show.
Hey everyone, welcome to What You Say, an OC podcast. My name is Elise Daly.
And I am Scott Daly.
And together,
We're the Dailies. Yes, this is the podcast where each and every week my wife Elise Daly.
You should know my name by now.
You got so many wives, you just kind of forget it. We go through the hit 2000s teen drama The OC episode by episode. This week on the show, we are going back. We didn't update that. This week on the show, we're talking about season 2 Jesus.
You need to strike that, reverse it, mess it up.
Season 4, episode 2, entitled The Gringos.
Okay, there you go. Just slow it down.
I got too excited.
slowly.
And I Ron Burgundied the script, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But of course, before we get into the OC, we have to talk about ourselves, because really, that's why we're here at all.
It's more fun.
At least it's time for a section of the show we're calling the Baby Update.
Baby, 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 update, baby, 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 update, baby, baby, baby. We thought that he would be ours. I don't know. I need to work on the end. That's fine.
That is an idea from one of our listeners named Captain Rhino, who said that should be our Baby Update jingle. It's from Justin Bieber. So good job, Elise. That was good.
It's from me.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you didn't write the song.
How do you know?
Because
We've given it to JB.
Because I know what our bank account looks like.
JB and I.
I don't believe you. If you wrote that song, we wouldn't need to work anymore.
Well, see, the deal is that I didn't sign a contract.
Oh, Elise!
I know. I learned my lesson the hard way.
Oh, my God. Speaking of the baby update, let's talk about our son, who, big news, folks. What's the big news, Elise?
He's 2 months old.
He's 2 months old.
I think that's the big update. He's 2 months old.
Yeah. We done? That's the baby update?
Yeah. He's going to get shots. He's really big now. As in heavy. We thought that he was going to not have our thighs.
Both Elise
Scott
and
I have what we would call thunder thighs.
I don't know if we want to call them that because that seems mean to us, but I guess if it's us doing it, it's fine. We both have large thighs. We're large-thighed individuals, which makes us great at running and soccer and tennis and other...
Anything that requires lower body strength.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, we got it.
We got it made.
Yeah, when he was born, he had, normal-looking thighs. And then I think, honestly, like after the first week, all his weight gain was in his thighs.
He's got rolls.
He's got so many leg rolls.
It's cute. That's what babies are supposed to have, is rolls.
I know. But he's doing really good.
Cute. He's a good chunk.
He's getting so close to turning over. Oh, let me tell you something about babies, folks. They're a lot of fun.
They
and
are.
He's doing, it's exhausting, of
Making
course.
noises.
It's frustrating a lot of times, but man, this is a good kid and it's been so much fun. Strongly recommend babies. Babies. Scott's seal of approval.
Yeah, I mean, we have a good baby, and there are ones that they're not good or that have,
Yeah, just don't make a bad one. I don't know. It's easy. Just don't do it.
We can't have another one because I can't do one that's not like this.
No, because we're not going to make a bad one, babe. We're going to nail it. We don't need. We just won't make a bad baby. I don't understand.
If you have one good one, like if you have the good one first, then the second one's bad. Or if you have the bad one first, the second one's good.
I mean, we don't even have anything compared to it. Maybe this is the bad one.
This could not be the bad one. No.
All right, Elise, let's talk about Roses and Thornies.
Okay, so this is the part of the podcast where Scott and I look back on the week and we talk about what's good, what's bad, what we like to call our Rosies and our Thornies. And we usually start with the bad. So, Scott, go ahead and tell me what was bad about your week.
There's so much fucking rain everywhere, babe.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It rained nonstop last week. And I mean, like, this thing happened where we're both vaccinated and we're like ready to like go out places. and like do things at these places. And we can't go to patios because it's raining. We can't go walk around the park because it's raining. It's just, and it like, I thought it was going to be done. And then today, Monday, as we record this, it rained all day today again. Although, back to the baby update. After you left to work out at like 5, it started pouring rain. You were probably driving as it came down. And I took Logan and I went to the back door and I slid the door open and just like had us stand right at the door looking out at the rain. And his head and his eyes started like darting around like crazy to the point where I think he was trying to follow individual raindrops. He was seeing raindrops and was like looking at one and trying to follow it and then picking up another. It was
Poor kid.
so
It's
funny.
been like too hot or raining every day. I haven't taken him out enough.
We haven't gone out on a walk in too long with the kid.
I mean, I took him out last week.
Yeah, but like that's
not-
one time. Like I wish we could do it every day. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that's my thorn. Too much rain. I mean, at least we still haven't repaired our sprinkler system, so at least we're getting enough rain that I don't have to worry about watering the lawn.
There are some pros.
Yeah, yeah. What about yours? What's your thorn?
So, I mean, I love our dogs.
Oh no.
They're great, but I have absolutely like no space from them, especially Penny. They're just like always right up around me. I can't walk. Ghost slides around on the floors and like makes herself in my way even more. And I love them, but I'm frustrated with them. It's like, can't you see I'm taking care of a baby? Can't you see that I'm doing something? You have your water. You have your food. I just let you outside. I just let you inside. I just let you outside again. Now you want back inside. It's just,
They are not getting as much attention as they used to.
They're very high maintenance right now.
Their response to that is to kind of beg for attention. Yeah, I mean, like I'll be sitting there feeding the baby and they'll both come up with a toy and just drop it in my lap when I have a baby in my lap. And I just want to be like, hey guys, I love you. I'm a little busy right now. Can you see that I'm busy right now?
yeah.
And yeah, I mean, they're being definitely more needy. Penny's response to not getting enough attention is to like demand more. It's like Penny, anything you do to Penny, her response is to like try to get closer to you. So like if you yell at Penny, instead of running away from you, she runs towards you. Because she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Please hug me. And that's also what she does if she's not getting enough attention. And so like in the middle of the night, she decides she wants attention. She'll climb up on the bed and she'll sit in between our heads on the pillow and just be like, I'm here. Pay attention to me.
I mean, she used to get so much attention on the bed.
Too much,
She used to have
honestly.
so many like cuddles. And we're doing our best. I mean, we're still giving them to her. It's just
It's never going to be what it was. It's just,
not.
it's impossible. We don't have enough hours in the day.
no. I mean, Ghost is over there right now.
Ghost
on
is pouting.
the play mat.
Ghost is on Logan's playmat because Logan spits up on Logan's playmat and Ghost likes to lick it up.
They both like the spit.
It's so gross.
Disgusting.
It's gross. It's so gross.
But that's not our thorn.
No.
I'm done with my thorn. So tell me about your rose.
My rose is basketball.
Basketball. Basketball.
It is playoff season in the National Basketball League, and I could not be more
That's
excited.
NBA.
Thank you.
If anyone didn't know, that's what NBA stands for.
My Dallas Mavericks are a 5 seed this year. They're up against the LA Clippers, and they won the first game this Saturday.
But they're going to get clipped.
No, stop it.
I'm just kidding. They're not.
I am so excited about this. I love I love basketball in general. Playoff basketball is so much fun to watch. Like I watch as many games as I can, and I have been this past week. It's been so fun.
It has been fun.
They had the whole play-in tournament this year, which I was very reticent on going into it. I thought it was a stupid idea, but those games were so fun. So like I'm in. I'm in on the whole playoff thing and a play-in thing rather. And the playoffs have been great so far. I mean, it helps when your team wins their first game, but all the other games have been fun too.
Yeah.
It's been really fun to see, and I'm just really enjoying. We got rid of our cable, so I was kind of struggling to figure out how the hell I'm going to watch basketball this year. And my parents graciously let us use their YouTube TV account, which is what they get their TV through now. So I have access to ESPN and ABC and TNT, which is all the channels that playoff basketball is on. So
And that's how we'll get to watch the Olympics this year, too.
yeah, the Olympics. Man, it's going to be a good sports year. Sports are back, baby.
I'm so excited about the Olympics.
It's going to be fun.
I mean, that's not my rose for this week, but man.
It'll be your rose for July.
July, all of July.
Yeah.
Do you know what? What's your favorite Summer Olympic thing to watch?
My favorite Summer Olympic thing to watch. That's an interesting question.
I have 3 things that I really like to watch.
I like the basketball.
I don't ever watch Olympic basketball.
The track and field stuff can be fun. Like the racing
never
stuff,
watched
the
track and
sprinting can
field.
be fun. I mean, the thing everyone watches is gymnastics. I know that's what your thing's going to be. Like,
Well, that's
the
one of
gymnastics
the
are very
3.
fun.
Do you watch diving?
Ah,
Diving is so much
I
fun.
like the swimming races better than I like the diving.
I like the diving and the swimming and the gymnastics. Those are my top 3.
The problem I have with diving is the same problem I have with some of the gymnastic stuff, where I just can't tell. Like, they all look good to me.
You
know?
got to watch the splash, Scott.
But like at least in racing, like you know who went, like you know who's the best because they're the fastest. But in diving, I'm like, hey, every single one of those dives looked amazing, and then all the commentators are like, oh, he didn't get, he was a half of a percentage off, and now he's going to be murdered in his home country. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, I didn't see that. He did a cool flippy, and then he landed in the water. That's great.
We'll
so.
see.
You know,
I'm excited.
I watch a lot of it. It's always fun to watch the marathon just because, fuck, these people run fast for 26 miles. It's really impressive. But
I've never watched the track and field stuff.
really,
Never.
you probably. I mean, the track and field stuff is always like the second week or it's like the second half of the Olympics because like it starts with the swimming and the gymnastics, and track doesn't start right away.
Yeah.
It's gonna be weird this year with the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
Really weird,
It'll be fine.
but.
But
Can't wait.
basketball.
Basketball is good. LeBron James still somehow good, but the best player in the playoffs right now, you know who that is?
Luca.
Luka, Dallas Maverick. If we get anywhere beyond this first round, it is basically going to be entirely on the back of Luka. Not to take anything away from the rest of our team, but they're okay, and he is one of the 5 best players in the league right now.
Good for him.
For sure.
He's from what country again?
I don't even remember.
Okay.
Some European country.
Yeah. Well, Scott, my rose for this week had slightly to deal with our son because for his 2-month birthday, we decided we wanted to do something fun. And with all the rain and the weather, I kind of wanted to not do something in the morning because I was anticipating there being more rain and we wanted to do the Arboretum. But we'll do the Arboretum another day.
Yeah.
But
It would be nice to be able to do the Arboretum when he can, like, hold himself up and, like,
you know.
look around.
he'll still enjoy it.
Will he?
I think so. But we decided to take him out and we would enjoy ourselves.
Oh,
we would
yeah.
enjoy his birthday for him. So we went to a local distillery for the second time because we went there another time with your siblings. And it was just wonderful. I got the most delicious drink. Last time it was good. This time, this different one was great. And we had a good time with some friends. Logan got to see his friend. And
Yeah, our
the
friends had a
Mavs
baby.
won.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? It was a good day. I enjoyed the distillery.
I would like to repeat this again, but go to a place that has a TV with the game on. Because the weird thing, the only complaint I had about the distillery,
They turned it on inside.
it was inside, but like
Yeah.
they also had a patio with a TV on the wall, but that TV was broken, I guess, because it wasn't on. And so both Peter and I had our phones out streaming the game on our phones. And it would have been nice to just have it on a TV. And so we're not like both buried into our phone.
But your dumb wives just picked a place that didn't have.
I'm
any
not
TVs.
saying that. I when we just picked on this place, I was sure that they would have it. I was sure that they would have a TV with it set up, and they just didn't.
They did. It was just inside.
It was just inside, and we don't want to go inside. It's louder inside.
Yeah.
Our kids trying to sleep.
Yeah,
Plus
he did fall asleep.
Plus, it's like was one of the rare moments in the week where it wasn't raining, and so we're
Yeah.
like, let's take advantage of this and be on the
It was
patio.
nice weather.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we went somewhere and it was fun. And our characters in the OC, Scott, this week went somewhere. And maybe they had fun. I don't know. But we're going to find out in episode 2 of the OC called The Gringos.
And the award
So
for the best podcast transition of all time goes to Elise Daily.
I can do them when I want to. This episode was written by John Stevens and directed by Patrick R. Norris. The original air date was November 8th, 2006.
Good old Patty Norrie coming in and swinging for episode 2. This episode, titled The Gringos, is about Seth tags along with Ryan, who travels to Ensenada, Mexico, to look for the fugitive Volchik and tries to hold off Ryan from doing something drastic. Back in Newport, there's a clothing drive at Harbor High where Julie persuades Caitlin to participate in. Wow. Until she learns of Caitlin's true agenda. At Brown University, Taylor pays Summer a surprise visit, but does not want to confide in her about her problems of her own back in France. That's not true. She does. It's just Summer's not listening.
Yeah.
This summary. Is this from the wiki again?
Yes.
Those
I don't write
fucking
these.
wiki people. All right, Elise, what did you think about episode 2, The Gringos?
I think you would agree with me because you said it as we were watching it, that this episode was better than last week's. But I think not only was it better than last week's, it got better, I feel like, as it went on. The very beginning of this episode had the same, like, dark undertone. And it was trying to do the whole, like, drama and soap opera thing. And it's just... The show, while it has soap elements, because I guess it's got all these like weird storyline, but it just the reason people like it was because it was still kind of like teenagey fun, light. The characters had a lot of great banter and played off of each other, and that just it hasn't happened.
And even the drama in this show is kind of silly. Like that's why the Whatcha Say thing is so classic, because it's very dramatic.
Yeah.
It's also very silly. And in season 1, when Ryan goes sprinting into the hotel room to that slow music playing, very dramatic, also very silly. Yeah. But the drama in this season so far has been serious.
But I do think as the episode went on, the reason it got lighter and more fun was because your character, Taylor, has come back and is bringing a little bit more of that, at least, into the show some. So
thank the Lord. It's like Taylor and Seth are like picking up the show and carrying on their back, on their funny backs, and they're trying to make the show funny. Yes. And no one else is doing anything in that regard.
But that's what I thought. Scott, what did you think?
I completely agree with you. This is like, not only is it better than the first episode, it's like considerably better than the first episode. Not the best episode of the show, but I would put it up there with some of like the season 2 episodes that are pretty good episodes. There's a lot to like in here. I swear to God, we're not going to make this whole podcast about how amazing Taylor Townsend is, but like, come on, like every scene this girl is in, like you totally understand why they just keep writing more and more for her, because it just keeps working and it's so good. I know I'm a broken record here, but I have to say it. There's definitely some things I don't like about some choices in the episode. Some of the Ryan Seth stuff we'll get into, not a fan of. But overall, I thought it was fun. It moved. It kept me entertained. I was engaged the whole time. I'm into the stories they're doing. I thought things were starting to line up to where I really thought all of the problems from the finale and the first episode were going to be resolved, and we were going to status quo it again by the end of this episode. And I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. I wasn't sold on Summer's stuff last week. I'm liking what they're doing with her now. I really am. And so I'm glad that they're not like just having that done. Like it looked like, don't you agree there for a minute? It looked like Taylor gives her the pep talk and you think she's going to reach out to Seth and they're going to reconcile. And then that'll just, yay, we did it. And we're back to the status quo, but they didn't go that route.
No.
And I think that the show is better for it.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Yeah. Well,
good episode.
So let's pick it apart a little bit more with what we really liked and what we really didn't like. So go ahead and tell me about what your thorn was for the episode.
Okay, so in this episode, as we've already said, Ryan heads down to Ensenada, Mexico, and Seth follows along. And while they're down there, they run into a group of Marines that are celebrating, they don't say, being Marines, I guess. That's what they're celebrating. And one of the Marines is played by a man named Steve-O.
Who I have no idea who that was.
Listeners might recognize Steve-O as one of the guys from MTV's Jackass, one of the original guys from Johnny Knoxville's whole crew of idiots that did idiot things. He was the one that usually like did the most painful, like especially to his ball sack type of stunts.
Why?
And he is
Why
playing.
do people do that?
I don't know. He's playing a character in the show that is ridiculous. First of all, he doesn't look like a Marine. Like, I'm sorry, Steve-O. I've known Marines in my life, and they don't look like you, and they don't really act like you. Yes, they like when they drink, they go hard, but they don't act like this guy was acting.
Excuse me, I don't want to bother you. I was just wondering.
What? Stop stuttering.
Okay, friend of mine's in trouble, and I can't leave without him. So
Did you hear what he said?
you know what? You guys are busy, so.
Never leave a man behind. Man, I love you, man. I love this guy. We're doing shots.
And I just didn't like it. It was as jarring as, remember the Paris Hilton episode? It was super jarring. Like, it's obvious they just brought in like a special guest. Like, I just remember seeing his names in the credits, and I'm like, Steve-O. And it was bad. I did not like it. I mean, there's some funny stuff with Seth that comes out of that whole thing. Like, he gets a tattoo,
Yes.
which is hilarious.
Senorita Vixen.
Senorita Vixen, yeah. But Steve-O himself just stuck out. Like, he's not a very good actor because he's not an actor. He's a guy that like gets kicked in the balls on TV for other people's entertainment. That's what he does. And it was bad. It was bad.
Speaking from someone who had no idea who that was, it didn't bother me because I didn't know who it was, and I was like, "You're just an annoying character."
That character didn't bother you. Like, all he's just screaming the whole time, and
I mean, I just felt like it's one of those drunk guys.
One of those drunk guys. Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, my thorn for this week, I think you already touched on it a little bit, and one of the dynamics that was really foundational for this show was Ryan and Seth and their brotherhood and, like playfulness off of each other. And that has just gone down the drain this season. And it is just very sad, despite the whole reconciliation that Ryan had with the family last week and Seth like making that happen partially through his, comic.
Yeah.
There's just, it's still Ryan is being all, I don't know, dark, and it's just like, it's just not fun to watch.
Seth set me up, didn't he?
He called. He was worried.
Come on, let's go.
Why? We can pretend like everything's the way it used to be.
We all miss her. It's never going to be the way that it used to be, but we are still a family.
You don't understand, he's here.
No. He's gone.
I mean, Ryan went down to Mexico to murder a person, and Seth stopped him from doing that, and now Ryan hates him. Like, the end of this episode is Seth walking up to the pool house to go the same thing he's done like every episode of the show, and Ryan, pulls down the curtain and says, "No, I don't want anything to do with you." And I think you're right. I think throughout the course of these 4 seasons, there has been one constant on the show. There's been one thing that they've never touched. That is the core relationship of the show is Ryan and Seth as best friends and brothers. And they've had conflict. It's not that they haven't had conflict, but I feel like the show always allowed it to be short-term, resolved instantly, kind of just butting heads, not like serious, like, you're not my brother anymore conflict. And they've crossed that line, and I don't think that's a good decision.
No.
I think that loses some of the specialness of the show.
Yeah. Because what was it? Season 2, when Ryan left, and Seth was still upset, but they like still, when Ryan came, Seth was excited and wanted to hang out.
He wasn't upset because he hated Ryan. He was upset because he loves Ryan, and Ryan was gone.
Yeah. But
I don't know. We'll see how.
Not the same right now.
We'll see how long they keep this going.
It doesn't go well for the show.
I hope they don't keep this going too long.
We'll see, Scott. We shall see.
I just don't know. I mean, what we need
Remember, I don't really remember much from this season, so we will see. There
Fun
are a few
times.
things that I remember, but that was not one that stuck out to me.
Fun time.
Yes. So tell me, Scott, what did you actually enjoy about this episode?
Well, I was going to pick Taylor Townsend, and then I realized that I just can't do that. I can't do that every single episode, so I went with something else. I went with Summer and Summer's problems in this episode. In this episode, Summer comes back to Brown from the Orange County. She's back, and she hasn't solved any of her problems.
No.
And Taylor shows up as to kind of be the instigator of her dealing with her stuff. And there's this really, I think my favorite scene in the episode actually is she's sitting there, like Taylor tells him, if you can't call him, write him a letter. Just you talk to him. He's waiting for you. Just talk to him. Tell him what's going on. He will understand. He will understand what's going on with you. And she sits down and she tries to write the letter. And it's one of those scenes that I think every TV show has done where you just like, it's this fast cutting to you're seeing the pile of crumpled up papers.
Character trying to write.
Dear Seth, I know you think I've changed and I'm avoiding you. Dear Seth, dear Seth, the reason I've been so distant is that the truth is, Seth, I still love you. I really, really still love you. I just can't.
Of course, she's not saying that to him. She's saying that to us. So not resolved. And then the thing she does is she goes out to do the same thing she's been doing all 6 months we haven't seen her, which is she's picking up these causes again. So she sees Che out there, and Che's like, hey, we saved the tree. But she's like, well, does that mean we can't go sleep out there? Like she's
trying to avoid.
They won their cause, but she's so desperate to avoid thinking about things that she demands that they go out there and sleep under the stars with the tree anyway, to do a lockout with the tree, because she needs something to do. And it's a really powerful moment. I liked it. I still don't really love Che as a character, but I thought it was a really good moment.
But we do love Chris Pratt.
I do love Chris Pratt. I love the moment when he lays his head on her lap and says, I got a lot to learn from you, Summer Roberts. just Chris Pratt. And she goes, yeah. And she's like, no, you don't. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Good moment. Good moment.
I enjoy Summer. Well, Scott, my favorite.
What is
I had two things.
Okay.
See, the deal was there was one that really stuck out, and then the other one, as I was typing part of relationship status, I forgot how much I enjoyed this part and that I had wanted that to be my rose, but I had already written the other one, and I liked it.
But we got no
I
rules
just got
here,
them both.
baby.
So,
do what you want.
So first off, I really enjoyed. We found out that Taylor, she had been in Paris, but now Taylor is here. So it was the question about, well, what really happened with Taylor? And we find out part of what happened. We just don't know how it happened and why it happened or any of the details. But Taylor went to Paris and got married, and now she's trying to get divorced.
She got married in Paris.
I think you spent too much time in France. Because here in America, we hide our feelings. And since when did saving the earth become such a bad thing?
I never said that.
No, but you came here with this big secret, but you've spent the whole time telling me what's wrong with my life. And you're the one that's avoiding, avoider.
Be that way. But you're gonna lose Seth, and then you'll wish you listened to me. And I was going to tell you how I went to France, got married, and now I have to get a divorce from my French husband, and you would have found the story très intéressante. Au revoir, Summer.
Hey, where did this stupid espresso machine come from anyway?
It's a gift!
And I just love, number one, that happened. Number two, how she told it to Summer. And then number three, when she left. And then she was so upset that she walked the wrong way and then had to walk back again after that. It was perfect, Taylor. I loved it. obviously this is going to be something of a storyline that will have to get resolved later because it was just the bomb that was dropped. But drop the bomb, Taylor. Drop that.
The best idea the show's come up with, that Taylor runs off to Paris, gets married. Also, we learned that her husband is obviously someone very important because Ethan Hawke was at their rehearsal dinner.
I remember telling Ethan Hawke at the rehearsal dinner.
Ethan Hawke was at your rehearsal dinner?
Oh, yes. Henri Michel translated one of his novels into French as a joke, of course. But don't tell Ethan that.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh, my God. So
anyways,
good.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I really enjoyed, we know from last season the special relationship that Kirsten and Seth have together. But this season, we really see how synced up Kirsten and Seth's thinking are. Because whenever Seth decided that he needed to leave and go chase after Ryan, he thought, I need to write this note so that they figure out what happened, but I can't write it just directly. It has to be in code. That way if Ryan finds it. So he writes what was it? Angry
Nudfo chocolate love.
Yes. Which is just like absolutely makes no sense. And Sandy opens it up and he's confused and Kirsten's like, what is that? Why? But it has to mean something. And she's just like racking her brain about it. And it's like, it has to be code. And the fact that she figured out that it was code. And then Seth calls and is talking about the note and he asks if you found it.
Right. A note.
Yeah, he says he's not going to do anything with Volchok.
Wait, what?
I thought you got the note.
No. I got the Angry Nudfo chocolate love note. I didn't get the one about Ryan following Volchuk.
What?
It's an anagram.
Oh, yeah? Well, since when is there a G in Ryan?
I was in a rush. I had to add a few letters so it made sense.
Well, you certainly succeeded, because this thing is about as clear as mud.
Ryan found Volchuk, of course.
And then Kirsten, like, all of a sudden, after he said that it was an anagram, completely flips it and makes sense of it.
She just says, yeah, Ryan found Volchuk. It was what Angry Nudfo chocolate love is.
It's just, I loved it because everyone, me included, always thinks of how similar Sandy and Seth are. You know, and they are. But when it's Kirsten and Seth that just line up, I enjoyed it. And I always enjoy their story. And maybe I enjoy it more because now I have a son. And so I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to write secret coded messages together.
I've already left him a message that says Angry Nudfo chocolate love. He hasn't found out yet.
Yeah, well, he can't read yet.
Yeah. No, it's good. I think the interesting thing that I've noticed about the season so far is Sandy and Kirsten have they're not really being focused on, at least in these first two episodes. And so they're really just there for comedic relief. And so Kirsten has just got to be very funny so far this season. And I like it.
Yeah. She's come a long way.
Yeah. I don't know if that's going to stay the same or not, if they're going to get swept up in drama. I feel like they are because this episode ends with Sandy kind of piecing it together that the only way Ryan would have found out where Volchek was is if there was a private investigator, and the only way there'd be a private investigator is that there was a lot of money, and that means Julie, and he goes and confronts Julie at animosity there. We haven't seen some Julie-Sandy animosity in a while.
That's
but
true.
It's
We
there.
haven't. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are the good things and the bad things.
And now we're going to find the fine things.
What?
Finer things of life.
Oh. Is this my style section?
Yeah. I was going to sing a song, but now I have a frog in my throat.
Oh my God. Where do you think that expression came from?
I don't know. Someone probably really had a frog in their throat.
Someone really had a frog in their throat.
Or went like a rabbit.
Okay, stop style section.
Come on, Scott. Tell me about the style in this episode of The OC.
Shortened version.
Yeah. It's the reprieve.
All right. First up, we have our very own Taylor Townsend, who starts her appearance in this episode in Summer's bed. She somehow got back to Newport, or got back to Brown from Newport before Summer did, which she doesn't comment on how that was possible. But yeah, she's wearing a nightie, and the show comments on it, right? She's like, I always wear this to bed. And it's this very kind of skimpy nightie, and it looks good on her.
Maybe she gets hot when she sleeps.
I mean,
I understand that.
I always wear this. It's just like the wrinkles that are Taylor Townsend and the jokes that they throw in there like that are just so good. And Summer has her cover up because Summer has apparently become a prude since she went to Brown.
She's so granola.
Yeah, speaking of
Can't show
granola,
skin.
look at this. Look at this.
I love it. I'd wear it.
No. Describe this look to me. This is Summer, her college look.
All the layers, Scott. She's got the white tank top, and then she has like a larger shirt over it, and then she has a sweater over that. She has hair pulled back in a low pony. She looks super comfy.
You can't just say sweater, though. It's not just a sweater. It looks like
Hemp fabric.
It looks like one of Che's shirts.
Yeah, it's probably one of Che's sweaters that he gave her.
I hate
outside.
it. I hate it. It looks gross. What happened to my sweet, sweet summer girl?
Okay, maybe I wouldn't wear that exact jacket, but I would wear something that layered look.
I don't think it's a jacket, babe. I think it's just a shirt. It's just an ugly man shirt that looks too big for her.
It is. It's too big for her, but she's so tiny.
Yeah. Well, she should wear clothes that fit her. And
Okay.
I like the bit where Taylor notices she hasn't shaved her legs, and she hasn't done her toenails in a long time either. And Taylor's
do that
completely.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't do that.
I told
kind
you
of
about that
stuff
time
anymore.
that I didn't shave my legs for a while, right?
Yeah, you do you, baby. You do whatever you
I
need
did
to
no
do.
shave November in college with my legs.
I'm sorry.
And I had a formal. I had a semi-formal for my sorority. So
Did
I
you
had-
shave?
No.
Ew.
I wore tights.
Oh, well then you're fine. Who cares? There's nothing wrong with not shaving your legs, first of all. But please continue to do it.
Fine.
There's nothing wrong with other people not shaving their legs.
Okay.
Last, I just like, it's not a style thing. I guess it kind of is. Taylor's wearing her hair different, and Taylor's dressing
She
a lot
is.
different this season.
Well, yeah,
she's
because
adult. She's Paris.
Marissa
She's
is dead.
Paris. Yeah,
So she gets all this new money for her wardrobe.
yeah. They get all the Marissa wardrobe goes to Taylor, and she is pulling it off. No more Argyle. I haven't seen her wear a single piece of Argyle this
That's
season.
true. I haven't either.
She's rocking the
I haven't
adult
seen her wear Argyle in a long
chic
time.
look. She's rocking it.
The side bangs, so stylish in the 2000s.
Side bangs.
Deep part.
Let's talk about this tattoo, though.
Ah, yes. Senorita Vixen.
Hilarious.
Yes. And it's a picture
Of Summer.
Yeah.
Where do you think he pulled the picture of Summer from? Did he just
I
have a
think he
picture in his
sketched it.
pocket? Or that's his sketch? So
It's his sketch. It's the version of her as the comet.
And so he sketched it. So here's Seth is wasted in Ensenada. He goes to a tattoo parlor with a bunch of Marines.
Yeah.
He sketches a picture of Summer, hands it to the tattoo artist, and the tattoo artist makes Senorita Vixen with Summer on it right here.
Yeah.
And then one of the other Marines says, "That looks great. I want that." And he gets one too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. Unless they had a computer and they were able to pull up Atomic County. Was that? I forget. Did it get printed?
Yeah, good question. Whatever happened with Atomic County?
Yeah, you know.
Whatever happened with our boy Zach? Well, I mean, we know what happened with our boy Zach.
He
joined
turned
the
into a
military.
zombie.
He joined the military and then was in a movie called Army of the Dead, in which he dies in the first 5 minutes and turns into a zombie and
that
invades
was-
Las Vegas.
He was the major zombie, wasn't he?
No,
Who was
he
the
was
major
killed by the
zombie?
major zombie. I don't know, some guy.
He had the dog tags, though. It was
Yeah,
not
he was
one of the
it was a military
people.
experiment. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
No, not very good movie though. Army of the Dead,
No,
not
it
very
wasn't.
good.
It
But
was
poor
a long
Zach,
movie.
poor Zach, looking for work here. You go from having dinner with George Lucas to being one of the first dead soldiers in a Zack Snyder zombie movie.
You know.
How the mighty have fallen.
You win and lose.
Yeah. All right, that's it. I just wanted to talk about this tattoo because it's lovely.
Okay.
It's really lovely.
Let's go ahead and
He's
going
going
to
to have this on his arm for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Senorita Vixen.
Yeah.
Not even Little Miss Vixen, Senorita Vixen. Because, of course, in Mexico, if you told them Little Miss, they would just say, I don't understand what that means.
Of course. Yes. But we're going to talk about relationships now, Scott.
Okay, let's do it.
We have only, I guess, yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm going to ask you about this final one. So just go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say we have 3 because that's what I wrote about. So first off, we have Sandy and Kirsten. Last episode, they wrote a 5 out of 10. This episode, Sandy and Kirsten team up to help their sons find their way back from Mexico after Ryan leaves to find Volchik. They are working together to keep their family together. Seems like the duo is back. We're going to bump them up to a 7 out of 10. Haven't had a lot of conflict.
No.
And they seem to be working together.
You know what else I like about these two? What they did in this episode?
What?
They're driving back from Mexico, and they have 2 cars, so each of the parents has to split up. And so it's a parent with one of the kids. And I thought it was so brilliant how they did it. They did Seth and his father, and then they did Kirsten and Ryan, which are 2 people that like have very rarely interacted one-on-one throughout the series. And I'm glad they gave them that moment, because there's that beautiful moment where Kirsten says, this is my worst nightmare when you first came to live with us, that you would go off and do something crazy and Seth would chase after you and get into trouble. And Ryan, as his usual self-deprecating self, is like, yeah, you're right, I just ruined everything. And Kirsten's like, no, the only thing that's changed now is I have 2 children to worry about. And you're just like, I
know, it's
Kirsten,
sweet.
fuck.
Yeah, we like Kirsten.
Best mom.
She's come a long way.
She has.
Yep. Tell me about Summer and Seth.
All right, last episode we gave Summer and Seth a pretty abysmal 2 out of 10, but we haven't seen the bottom of this relationship yet. Summer is avoiding Seth and spending time with Che. Taylor calls Summer out for avoiding him, and she realizes that she has a decision to make about what she is going to do. And in classic Summer fashion, she doesn't actually make that decision, at least not yet.
We'll have to find out what happens.
We do. We are leaving the episode at a 1 out of 10, the lowest score possible before you get knocked off the board. Will Summer and Seth get knocked off the big board?
I don't know, Scott.
Oh
We'll
my
have
God.
to find out.
Oh my God.
All right, we're at Julie and Neil next. Last episode, we're at a 2 out of 10. Neil is away this week on a business trip that both Julie and Caitlin think he is not alone at, and spending time with the old step monster.
Yeah.
Julie and Neil have fallen out of sync. We're going to bump them down to a 1 out of 10 and see if they even remain on the board.
Oh, no.
Yep.
This board is going to... If we only got one couple on the board, there's not even a point of having a board anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. So I've got a new potential one on here.
Okay, you tell me about it.
Summer and Che. So, arguments against putting them on here.
Nothing official.
Nothing official. No.
The only thing that has happened is Taylor has said that Summer's spending time with him, and the roommate thought that they were together.
Yeah. But no kissing, no petting.
Nope.
Summer says she doesn't do love triangles anymore. So obviously, if Summer says she doesn't do it, evidence 4, he's really into her. I don't know if she's into him, but he's like resting his head on her lap. Like, I don't know what they're doing with this yet, but I just want to. We don't put it on the board yet, but like
you want to just bring attention
on
to
the
it.
Edges of the board.
You want to bring the attention.
You know what else I think might be on the edges of the board?
What?
We got Taylor and this mysterious husband of hers.
Yes. Well, we'll have to find out.
And that's really it. There's no one else in play here.
Yeah. Well, Taylor and her mysterious husband, they may not be obviously there for long if she's trying to get a divorce.
They're getting a divorce, but a very quick divorce.
Yes.
I wonder what are the laws of that?
I don't know.
If you get married in another country, are you married in the United States?
No.
Home free, baby.
Yeah.
Just come on back, Taylor.
It's true. Because you have to have a United States marriage license.
Yeah, I figured that was true.
Yeah. That's why people that get married in Mexico have to have another wedding unless they have a United States. I forget. Something like that.
That makes sense.
Anyways. Okay, that's it for this week. And next week, we're going to watch episode 3, The Cold Turkey. Scott, what do you think The Cold Turkey will be about?
Interesting. So who is quitting what and why? Interesting. I don't know.
This also, Turkey.
Oh, this is the Thanksgiving episode.
Because it's November.
This is the Thanksgiving episode.
Turkey.
So Summer's coming home
to
Newport for Thanksgiving. So we know that. I don't know. I think it's going to something to do with Summer and Seth.
Okay.
But I don't know what else it could be.
Okay, we'll have to find out.
but it's not going to be good.
Probably
Because
not.
all these people avoiding each other for the past 6-7 months, now they're forced all in one place at the same time.
And they're all related.
And you know what's not good on Thanksgiving?
What?
Cold turkey.
It's not.
Actually, I love cold turkey, but
Do you?
not at like Thanksgiving meal.
No. You gotta have warm turkey then.
You gotta have warm turkey, and then you get sleepy. Sleepy turkey.
Logan can maybe have turkey this year.
Oh, that's true. Does that mean Christmas is coming up? If this is the Thanksgiving episode already?
You know.
Oh, all right. Well, the cold turkey.
Okay.
And that's moving. That's interesting. That's moving very quickly into spring semester of the next year, which means Seth will be heading out of Newport.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't know how the show's going to work like this. This is weird.
That part I do remember.
If half the show takes place in Rhode Island, it's not the Orange County anymore.
It's not. It's the East Coast.
The EC.
Yep. All right. Scott,
Uh-huh.
that's all we got time for this week.
That's it.
So if people are listening and you like this podcast, you can check out all the other shows that we do over at doofmedia.com.
COM, not
Yeah.
calm.
Com, as in
Yeah.
communications.
Communist.
No, let's not do
Communist.
like that.
What?
No. Yeah, what are some of those shows that we've got going on this week, Scott?
Oh, the book club is this week.
Oh,
the book club is this Friday at 9:30 post Meridian Central Standard Time.
Yep.
Over on our YouTube
And you're
channel.
reading what? Old Man's War?
Old Man's War by John Scalzi.
Yeah.
Finished that book
It's
up
an
today.
interesting book.
Oh, you've read it?
Know what you were telling me about. I'm commenting that what you were saying seemed interesting.
Of course, we have Pale Reflections. We have Do the Right Thing. We have the Doofcast, and we have Kingslingers. Got all kinds of stuff.
All those good ones.
You and me are gonna play a video game on stream sometime.
Are we?
Yeah, I didn't tell you about this. I just thought I'd do it on air, and then people hear about it,
What
and then we
game
have
is
to do
it?
it. There's a partner game
Okay.
that two people have to play it together,
Okay.
and I forgot the name. I think it's called It Takes Two.
Like the Mary-Kate and Ashley movie?
Sure, baby.
It takes two,
See, I pulled it up right here on
baby.
Steam. You see how like split screen, like one person plays one and one person plays the other. So we're gonna play that. We're gonna stream it. I don't know when we're gonna do that.
Yeah, because we have a child.
Yeah, but we're gonna do it, babe.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
gonna do
we'll
it.
See. We'll see.
It's on the map.
Okay.
It's on the calendar. We're doing it tomorrow.
You have work. I don't right now, but you do.
Oh, did I didn't tell you I quit work to become a full-time streamer? I'm gonna stream video games full time.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
No.
Last time I
We're
was
not
doing
ready for
that
that.
every day, I got like an average of 5 viewers a time. So, that's enough money to
very
live off
lucrative.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
If every one of them just donates $10,000 a month, we'll be
If
rich.
that happens, that's fine.
They don't have to donate 10,000. Just like 1,000 will be good.
Sure. That's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of donating, you can consider donating to our Patreon over at patreon.com/doofmedia. If you want to do 1,000 a month, sure,
We don't have
why
a category for that, but we'll make it for you.
Yeah.
We'll pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah. I'll come visit you if you donate $1,000 a month.
That's weird. No, you won't.
Yeah, we'll have like a special dinner.
No, don't pledge. I don't want to have dinner.
Why not? Someone gives you $1,000.
So
Don't want to have a reception for them?
just so we're clear, someone give us
It has to be $1,000 a month, though, and you have to commit to a year.
a year. So you have to give us $12,000.
Yes.
And then we'll come visit you.
And then we'll plan a reception dinner somewhere.
How far away? Like, because like if they're in another country, that's really eating into our 12 grand.
Okay, in the continental U.S.
Okay. There we go.
Yes.
So not even Hawaii. Sorry, Hawaii. Fuck you.
No, I'll go to Hawaii.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. Patreon.com/doofmedia. $1,000 a month. I think if you commit to a year, you get 10% off. So what a deal.
Yeah.
What a
I think
deal.
it's pretty good. Yep. So if you happen to be listening over Apple Podcasts and don't have $1,000 a month, you can just leave us a rating and review, and we'll appreciate that as well.
I mean, who doesn't have $1,000 a month, though?
I mean,
A lot
of people.
Oh, that's how much daycare is going to cost for us.
Yeah.
Just
It'll cost more than that.
Wouldn't you rather give that to a streamer than spend it on our child's education?
No, I would rather spend it on my child, but thank you.
All right, folks, we'll see you next week. You know what?
What?
We're on season 4 of this thing, and we still have never had an outro song.